जय श्री माता जी सभी भाई बहनों को। जय श्री माता जी टू ऑल माय ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स।
जय श्री माता जी दीदी।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता जी अंदर की।
जय श्री माता जी। अभी हम सब जो 4 o'clock ध्यान सत्र में जो स्थिति मिला उसी स्थिति को बरकरार रखते हुए बैठ जाएंगे श्री माता जी के सामने। दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर बैठकर खोलकर नतमस्तक होके बैठ जाएंगे। और श्री माता जी के छवि से निकलती हुई चैतन्य धाराओं को हमारे हथेली पर महसूस करते रहेंगे। Let us all bow down at the holy lotus feet of Sri Mataji and remaining in the state which I have achieved in the previous session. Let's sit comfortably in front of Sri Mataji, opening our both hands towards her so that we can absorb the vibrations flowing through her photograph. Let us all surrender ourselves completely at the holy lotus feet of Sri Mataji. श्री माता जी के दिव्य चरण कमलों पे हम सब नतमस्तक समर्पित हो जाएंगे। मनसा काया वाचा कर्मणा अपने तन मन धन सबको समर्पित कर जाएंगे करेंगे श्री माता जी के चरण कमलों की। With our mind, words and deeds and actions, let us completely surrender ourselves at Sri Mataji's holy lotus feet and fill our hearts with complete bhakti, prayer, devotion, dedication, love towards our Divine Mother and surrender हमारे हृदयों में श्री माता जी के प्रति प्रेम, भक्ति, श्रद्धा और समर्पित भाव, शरणागत भाव भर देते हैं हमारे हृदयों में। अब बहती हुई इस चैतन्य धाराओं से हमारे हथेलियों में अपनी कुंडलिनी माँ को जागृत करके अपने आप को श्री माता जी के प्यार के बंधन में जोड़ते हैं, कवच धारण करके। With the flowing vibrations in both our hands, let us all raise our Kundalini Mother and put ourselves into the bandhan of Sri Mataji's love. दोनों हथेलियों में सहस्त्रार में भर गए सो चैतन्य लहरियों का अनुभूति करते रहेंगे। Let us feel the increased intensity of these vibrations in both our hands and on our sahasrara. Let us balance our channels. नाड़ी संतुलन करेंगे। दाहिने हाथ धरती माता पे, बाएं हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। राइट हैंड on मदर अर्थ एंड लेफ्ट हैंड टुवर्ड्स श्री माता जी। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपावंत होके हमारे ईडा नाड़ी को शुद्ध कीजिए माँ। हमारे ईडा नाड़ी में जो भी असंतुलन है, दोष बाधाएं हैं और हमारे प्रत्यहंकार, भूतकाल की जो भी बाधाएं, चिंताएं और विचार, आलसीपन, सबको धरती माता में विलीन कर दीजिए माँ। ओ डिवाइन मदर, काइंडली क्लेंस अवर मूलाधार और ईडा नाड़ी। Please remove all the imbalances, all the dosh pathas, our superego, lethargy, laziness, depression, and the thoughts of the past, and suck them all into the Mother Earth, Shri Mataji. Left hand to the sky energy, right hand towards Shri Mataji. बाएं हाथ आकाश की ओर और दाहिने हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर। पिंगला नाड़ी का संतुलन करेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपावंत होके हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी को शुद्ध कीजिए माँ। हमारे पिंगला नाड़ी में जो भी दोष बाधाएं हैं, अतिरिक्त उष्णता, हमारे अहंकार, क्रोध भाव, भविष्य के सारे विचारे और प्रणालिकाएं, इन सबको और हमारे अहंकार, इन सबको आकाश तत्व में विलीन कीजिए माँ। Mother, kindly cleanse our Pingladi channel and remove all the negativities, blocks, dosh badhas, excessive heat, anger, aggressiveness in our, thoughts, and plans about our future. Suck them all into the sky energy, Mother, and please cleanse our Samuhik Pingala Nadi, our collective right channel. Both hands towards Shri Mataji. Complete attention on our Sushumna Nadi. दोनों हाथ श्री माता जी की ओर और संपूर्ण चित्त सुषुम्ना नाड़ी पे। दाहिने हाथ को इस्तेमाल करके मूलाधार से लेके सहस्त्रार तक हमारे कुंडलिनी माँ को और वाइब्रेशंस के साथ मूलाधार से लेके सहस्त्रार तक 7 बार लेके जाएंगे। Attention on Sushumna Nadi, and let us take the vibrations from the Muladhara chakra through the Sahasrara 7 times with the help of our right hand. Mother kindly cleanse our Sushumna Nadi. Please open our Brahmarandra, Mother, and open the 1,000 petals of our Sahasrara chakra. परम पूज्य श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारे सुषुम्ना नाडी को शुद्ध कीजिए माँ और हमारे ब्रह्मरंध्र पूर्णतया खोल दीजिए माँ। हमारे सहस्त्रार के सहस्र पंखुड़ियों को भी प्लावित कर दीजिए माँ और उनके सारे शक्तियां हमारे अंदर भर दीजिए। Let us keep our right hand 2 inches above the सहस्त्रार। दाहिने हाथ सहस्त्रार के 2 इंच ऊपर रख के ब्रह्मरंध्र खुल गया कि नहीं देखेंगे और सहस्त्रार से हमारे कुंडली माँ वाइब्रेशंस के रूप में बाहर निकल रहे हैं क्या देखेंगे, अनुभूति करेंगे। Let us observe if our Brahmarandra is open and our Kundalini Mother in the form of vibrations is coming out of our Sahasrara, of our Brahmarandra or not. And let's wait for the vibrations to cool down on our right hand, right palm. दाहिने हथेली पे चैतन्य धारा ठंडा होने का इंतजार करेंगे। ठंडा होते ही और ऊपर लेके जाएंगे जहां तक ये चैतन्य हम अनुभूति कर सके। उस उच्चतम स्थान है हमारे कुंडलिनी माँ हमें परम चैतन्य से मिलाने का स्थान, यानी कि योग घटित हो रहे हैं। कुंडलिनी माँ परमात्मा से, परम चैतन्य से मिलते ही परम चैतन्य हमारे अंदर अपने सारे चैतन्य लहरियां बरसाते हैं। देखेंगे परम चैतन्य हमारे हथेली के माध्यम से हमारे अंदर शास्त्रार के आजू बाजू जो चक्रों के पीठ है, सब पीठों पर और नीचे आज्ञा चक्र विशुद्धि, 3 नाड़ियों पे, और खास तौर पे हमारे सुषुम्ना नाड़ी जो हमारे स्पाइन, रीढ़ की हड्डी पे उस परम चैतन्य बहते हैं, सभी को शुद्ध करते हुए, ठंडा करते हुए अनुभूति करेंगे। As our Kundalini Mother unites with the all-pervading power, the Param Chaitanya starts showering his divine vibrations into us through our right hand, into our Sahasrara, into all the seats, that is the pithas of all the chakras around Sahasrara, down into Ajna, Vishuddhi, into all the 3 channels, especially into our central channel, the Sushumna Nadi, into the spine, and down into all the chakras to the Muladhara chakra and into the Mother Earth. As we feel this, our whole body starts vibrating. Let's feel these vibrations in the whole of our body. ये परम चैतन्य सभी चक्र नाड़ियों से गुजरते हुए हमारे पूरा बदन को भी अपने चैतन्य से भर दे रहे हैं। अनुभूति करेंगे परम चैतन्य को हमारे रोम रोम पे, कण कण में, पूरे शरीर में, सारे चक्र नाड़ियों में। राइट हैंड बैक ऑन टू द लैप, दाहिने हाथ गोदी में श्री माता जी की ओर। पूर्णतया निर्विचार हो जाएंगे, कोई विचार को आने नहीं देंगे। Let us become completely thoughtless, and let's not allow any thought remaining in this thoughtless state. Let's now invite Shri Mataji into this meditation session. इसी निर्विचार स्थिति में अभी हम श्री माता जी को आमंत्रित करेंगे इस ध्यान सत्र में। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी कृपावंत होके इस ध्यान सत्र में पधारिए मां। अपनी सहस्त्रार स्वामिनी के स्वरूप में हमारे सहस्त्रार कमल पर विराजमान होइए माँ, और अपनी दिव्य चरण कमलों को हमारे हृदयों में रख दीजिए माँ, ताकि हम अपने चरण कमलों का पूजा कर सके अपने हृदयों में। ओ डिवाइन मदर, प्लीज कम इनटू दिस meditation session in the form of your Sahasrara Swamini. Please be seated on the 1,000-petaled lotus of the Sahasrara, and please place your holy lotus feet into our hearts so that we can worship your holy lotus feet in our heart. Kindly be with us and guide us all through this session, Mother, and let this meditation session proceed as per your will and wish, Mother. परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, आप हमारे साथ ही रहिए माँ, और हमें इस ध्यान सत्र में मार्गदर्शन दीजिए माँ, और जैसे चाहे वैसे इस ध्यान सत्र को बढ़ाइए माँ। भाई हम 3 महामंत्र कहेंगे, उसके बाद गणेश मंत्र। लेट्स टेक द 3 महामंत्रास एंड later on the Ganesh mantra.
Of yourself. You have to be your own master. Here, somebody is speaking.
3 महामंत्र। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री गणेश मंत्र। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेशाय साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
धीरे से हमारे चित्त को लेफ्ट हार्ट पर लेके जाएंगे, जहाँ हमारे आत्मा स्थित है। लेट्स टेक आवर attention to our left heart where our spirit is located. Let's pray to Sri Mataji to take us into our spirit forms. श्री माता जी से प्रार्थना करेंगे कि हमें आत्मा स्वरूप में लेके जाने के परम पूज्य श्री माता जी कृपा करके हमारे आत्मा को शुद्ध कीजिए माँ, और हमें अपनी आत्मा स्वरूप में बदल दीजिए माँ। और डिवाइन मदर, kindly enlighten our spirits and please take us into the spirit form. We are not this body, mind, intellect, or these emotions, or the ego or superego. We are all the pure spirits, Mother. श्री माता जी, हम सब शुद्ध आत्माएं हैं माँ। हम ये मन बुद्धि अहंकार और ये शरीर और ये भावनाएं नहीं है माँ। हम सब शुद्ध आत्माएं हैं माँ। हमारे अंदर आत्मा के सारे गुण भर दीजिए माँ। हमें साक्षी तत्व में रख दीजिए माँ, निर्लिप्त साक्षी बना दीजिए माँ। हमें चैतन्यमय और प्रेममय बना दीजिए माँ, और हमें सच्चित आनंद स्वरूप बनाइए माँ। ओ डिवाइन मदर, काइंडली make us the detached witness. Let us keep witnessing everything that happens in our Atma form. Mother, kindly make us completely vibrational and loving. Fill our hearts with your love completely, so that we can spread your love into the whole universe. Make us the Satchit Anand Swarup, Mother. The truth, the enlightened knowledge, enlightened attention, and the bliss. Let's take the morning prayer for our spirit principle. हमारे आत्म तत्व के लिए प्रातःकालीन प्रार्थना करेंगे।
प्रातः स्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वम् सच्चित्सुखं परमहंस गतिं तुरीयम् यत्स्वप्नजागरसुषुप्तिमवैति नित्यम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कळमहं न च भूतसंघः प्रातर्भजामि मनसा वचसामगम्यम् वाचो विभान्ति निखिल यदनुग्रहेण यन्नेति नेति वचनैर्निगमावोचम् तं देवदेवमजमच्युतमाहुरग्र्यम् प्रातर्नमामि तमसः परमर्थवर्णम् पूर्णं सनातनपदम् पुरुषोत्तमाख्यम् यस्मिन्निदं जगदशेषमशेषमूर्तौ रज्ज्वां भुजङ्गमिव प्रतिभासितं वै साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
पूर्णतया आत्मा तत्व को जगाया हमने और शुद्ध आत्माएं के स्वरूप में अभी श्री माता जी को प्रणाम करते हैं। We have enlightened our spirit principle and have completely taken the form of our spirit. Let this enlightened spirit also cleanse our Vajra Nadi and all the chakras, so that nothing can touch our spirit and spoil the spirit state. Let us take our enlightened attention to our Muladhara chakra and our Sushumna Nadi. Let's meditate upon the Muladhara Chakra silently for a minute. Let's raise our attention towards Swadhisthana. चित्त को स्वादिष्ठान पे लेके आएंगे और निश्चित ध्यान में रखेंगे। यहाँ हम श्री सरस्वती माँ का स्तुति सुनेंगे।
रविरुद्रपितामह विष्णुनुतं हरिचन्दनकुङ्कुम पङ्कयुतं मुनिवृन्दगजेन्द्रसमानयुतं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगम् शुद्धसुधाहिम धामयुतं शरदम्बरबिम्बसमानकरं बहुरत्नमनोहर कान्तियुतं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगम् कनकाब्जविभूषित भूतिभवं भवभाव विभाषित भिन्नपदं प्रभुचित्तसमाहित साधुपदं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुतं भवसागरमज्जन भीतिनुतं प्रतिपादितसन्ततिकारमिदं विमलादिकशुद्ध विशुद्धपदं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगम् मतिहीनजनाश्रय पादमिदं सकलागम भाषितभिन्नपदं परिपूरित विश्वमनेकभवं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगम् परिपूर्णमनोरथ धामनिधिं परमार्थविचार विवेकविधिं सुरयोषितसेवित पादतलं तव नौमि सरस्वती पादयुगम् सुरमौलिमणिद्युति शुभ्रकरं विषयादिमहाभय वर्णहरम् निजकान्तिविलोपित चन्द्रशिवम् तव नौमि सरस्वति पादयुगम् गुणनैककुलं स्थितिभीतपदं गुणगौरवगर्वित सत्यपदम् कमलोदरकोमल पादतलम् तव नौमि सरस्वति पादयुगम् तव नौमि सरस्वति पादयुगम् तव नौमि सरस्वति पादयुगम् ॐ
साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। Slowly let us move our attention through each and every chakra, enlightening it, chakra, nourishing it, and finally let us reach the Sahasrara. धीरे से हम हर चक्र से गुजरते हुए उस चक्र को प्लावित करेंगे और प्रकाशित करते हुए सहस्त्रार पे पहुंचेंगे। सहस्त्रार से और ऊपर जाएंगे, अर्धबिंदु। Let's go still above Sahasrara to the Ardhabindu. Then to the Bindu. वलय और प्रदक्षिणा। तो हमारे सहस्त्रार के ऊपर कवच है। To the Valay and the Pradakshina. which is a shield above Sahasrara, the highest point of this human awareness. From this human awareness, let's move on higher to the divine consciousness, divine awareness, to the Parabrahma spot. इस उच्चतम मानवीय चेतना के स्थान से हम अभी दैवी चेतना के तरफ बढ़ेंगे। भगवान के साम्राज्य में प्रवेश करेंगे, पहले पर ब्रह्म के स्थान पर। उसके ऊपर श्री परमेश्वर सदाशिव का स्थान है। चित्त वहां ले जाते हैं। वहां से अंतिम स्थान विराट विराट स्थान पर जाएंगे, जो विराट परम चैतन्य सर्वव्यापी शक्ति है और इस ब्रह्मांड के पूर्णत्व है। उसी विराट के अंग प्रत्यंग बन जाएंगे हम। हमारे सारे आत्मा के बूंदों को उसी परमात्मा या विराट के प्यार के महासागर में विलीन करेंगे। Let's move on to the final destination, the Virata, which is the all-pervading power spread in all the universes. Let our drops of our spirits be merged into the ocean of love of the Param Chaitanya, the Virata. Let's feel the oneness with divine. इस दैवी शक्ति के से मिलन का अनुभूति लेंगे। और इस विराट के साथ पूरे संसार में, पूरे दुनिया में, सारे ब्रह्मांड में फैल जाएंगे और श्री माता जी के प्यार और चैतन्य को सारे ब्रह्मांड में व्याप्ति करेंगे। Let us become part and parcel of this whole, and through this Virata which is spread all over the universe. Let's move along with the Virata into the whole universe, spreading the love and vibrations of Sri Mataji. Let us bring back our attention back into our Sahasrara and merge it with the divine lotus feet of Sri Mataji, where in the Hridaya, the heartbeat. धीरे से वापस सहस्त्रार पे आएंगे और हमारे प्रकाशित चित्त को हृदय पीठ में श्री माता जी के चरण कमलों पे विलीन करेंगे और इसी स्थिति में निर्विकल्प समाधि स्थिति में ध्यान में बैठेंगे. Let us stay in this thoughtless and doubtless awareness, enjoying the bliss, the Nirananda. इस निरानंद स्थिति का आनंद लेते हैं. और इसी निरानंद स्थिति में हमारे आनंद को और भी बढ़ाएंगे श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी आत्मसात करते हुए. Let's increase our vibrations and this bliss, the joy, by listening to Sri Mataji's divine nectarine speech.
About it. Extremely constructive.
Say, in the ashram, I was telling you about our subtleties, the subtleties that we have already within us, which we do not understand. Could be from our subconscious mind, could be from our supraconscious mind, could be from anywhere that is unknown to us. But the subtleties that lead us to our universal being is the one we should bother about. We have sometimes heard about people who get a hunch. Like somebody says, I must buy this house, I get a hunch that I should buy this house. Or sometimes people say that I always hear something. Somebody tells me that this should not be done. But all such suggestions must be judged. That they come to you to tell you about something of the beyond or something that concerns the mundane life, like buying a house. God is not interested very much in what house you buy or how much money you make in a race. He's not. Because it is not important to God. One can understand that, isn't it? Also that God is not interested in telling you against someone in the ear that beware of this man, he is a dangerous guy. For if somebody is going to harm you physically, maybe to some part we can say that God wants to preserve your body. But this body is also not so important to God because He can create it again. The most important thing that God has to give us is His love, His connection with us, His kingdom, His powers. So, the subtleties which we should really accept within us should be which take you to the realm of joy, to the realm of collectivity. Like suddenly you see a little child weeping on the street. You feel your heart is weeping. Not that you feel guilty about it, but you feel one with the child and you feel you are weeping. Then definitely that subtlety of compassion that is God is felt. But you don't feel guilty about it. Or you don't give him to peace or something to insult his ego. You do something very constructive about it, extremely constructive. And you do it secretly. You don't like to tell anybody about it because you think it is vulgar to talk about your compassion. You do it so sweetly that the other fellow doesn't feel it. The whole act is such a beautifying thing. You don't announce it in the paper and you don't publish it in who's who, or you do not go for a Nobel Prize or something like that. This is all very vulgar for the subtle thing that you worship within yourself. Because that element within you is so much higher than all these gross considerations that you just care for that. That is what God is. That's how God shines within us, even before our realization, before our connection with God. He shines in some people even before they have been realized. You see them. They are quiet people. They are not show-offs. But they are very sincere, extremely kind-hearted. Such people, when they face Sahaja Yoga, immediately they get their vibrations. They are not people who are worried about money or they are worried about the gross things of life or achievements that are so stupid. Such people may exist as very ordinary people. They need not be at the helm of affairs. Mostly they are not, because they are not ambitious. They do not want much success in life. They don't see any point in being very successful. They might be something very ordinary. They might be doing something very important also. But in their life, those who come in contact with them, remember that yes, there was a life, or there is a life, definitely, there's a spark. Because such a person, being so subtle, does not assert. Such a person cannot be very dominating, assertive, argumentative. Such a person is quieter. His attention recedes from all quarrels and all squabbles of life. But such a person has a great position in the domain of God. That you have seen, how in Sahaja Yoga suddenly you find people manifesting their divinity. Maybe such a person is too naive for all practical purposes. He might have been cheated, might have been misled by some horrible people who try to exploit his seeking. But still it remains. This element suddenly gets ignited in Sahaja Yoga. And for such a person, this is the most important thing, is to feel that being which always kept him away from all the rest of the ideologies and readings, and have always given him strength and confidence and joy. He sees that clearly in Sahaja Yoga. He adheres to it. And when he nourishes it, he is amazed that he has found himself. Then it becomes his life. There are thousands and thousands of people everywhere. I say thousands. I don't say millions. I'm sorry. Because they are not in millions. I'm sorry for that. I wish they were. They could be counted in thousands only. Maybe 21,000 altogether of that quality. There won't be millions, but they'll be making millions later on. They have to be few. These are people of special caliber, as I said. But it is necessary that everybody must be given self-realization. Every seed must be germinated. But how many would sprout into the trees and would render fruit is a different point altogether. First and foremost thing is that first let them all be germinated. In due course, all those would come back. But some would prosper into their complete manifestation in their full bloom in a very short time. And that's what matters the most. The divine is not interested in useless people. It is interested in that special caliber. As I have told you, such a person may not be at all rich, may be absolutely poor. That doesn't mean that rich cannot be so, can be very rich also. The outward appearances and status and all these denominations do not matter at all. I am talking of the spark inside. They can be called as gentlemen in simple words, or she is a lady. A serene dignity manifests through their being. Sometimes it happens with their lives also, that they find it very difficult to keep to the norms of the mad world. And they may be little cynical, sometimes could be. But cynicism is not that subtlety. But they may appear to people little cynical. But they have to be very delightful and extremely cheerful people. They cannot be morose, sad, emitting unhappiness all around, and big boards with a B capital and O capital, R and E all capital. That cannot be possible. They are extremely enjoyable and magnetic and dynamic. They are complete in themselves because they feel their subtlety, they live on that. Still, the seeking is there, and the meaning they try to find to their own being. And they want to identify their subtlety with something that is universal. In their expression, in any field that they are, they appeal to the universal being within every one of us. Maybe they may not get a Nobel Prize, but a personality that appears, that emits that kind of congenial behavior. Now, if somebody is a person who is, say, absolutely satanic, we'll abhor such a person. Possibly. But this does not concern to the subtler being because he is at a level which is not tarnished by gross attacks. That is what one has to recognize in oneself, and one should feel very proud and fortunate that that exists within us. No more one has to feel lonely because now we are so many of us of the same creed and the same type. And so many of us who have found out what is the reason, what expresses it, what manifests it within us. What are the deities that govern this subtlety within us? What you may call the archetype images. Which archetype images are there which are real, not imaginary, within us? And all these discoveries then make you feel confident of all these vague subtleties you have been enjoying so far. Long time back, I had given a simile like this, that a mother bird puts the little child, or you can call the baby bird, away from her. And the baby bird feels the mother's warmth and she wants that. And she is calling for the mother. That calling itself is the last thing it knows of. That's the highest thing for the baby bird. Nothing else matters. You may give anything to the baby bird. It won't be happy. It needs that. It needs that warmth, that love. And then it expresses itself by spreading its tiny little wings around and tries to hop and to express it. And then out of complete joy of its hopping, the mother bird herself comes down and engulfs that child into the wings, giving all the warmth necessary. It is that happening within us which takes place when the Kundalini rises. The Kundalini is the part of that warmth within us, of that compassion. It's a part of that beauty. Is the part of that desire. Desire, what's the matter? The door is open or not? Come in, come in. They are waiting because they think, what's the matter?
So
No, it's all right. Come in. So the desire of God is placed within us as Kundalini. And when all the external desires dim out within us, and the real desire to be one with the Almighty remains, the Kundalini can rise spontaneously. That has happened to few people, very few people. You can say like Buddha, Mahavira. These people were human beings and they achieved godliness. Not by forcing yourself to get rid of your desires, but through wisdom understanding that this is stupidity. This is foolishness. Where am I going? Just the wisdom acting. Not a rational understanding, but the being itself rejecting. Such stages are achieved through one's own evolutionary forces. Also, there are so many other happenings, or you can say the other supports, which bring forth this kind of spontaneous rising of the Kundalini. There is somebody who wants to come and see me because he said, Mother, you are an authority on Kundalini, and there are many books written about Kundalini, and I have to write a criticism. That the Kundalini, when she rises, you start jumping. And when she rises, she gives you heat, or you burn off yourself, or you jump through the roof or something like that. All sorts of horrifying things. Nobody wants to listen to anything about Kundalini. If you read those books, you will be really frightened. I think it is absolutely satanic. And he wants to know about the authentic description of Kundalini. And I told him that these books are, all of them should be thrown away into the sea, because they are written by people who have had no experience of Kundalini of any kind. Because they were people who must have been doing some sort of an adventure somewhere. Like some people believe that even finding of God is another job. If you have no job, better find God. At least He might help you to survive. Some people do believe that instead of sitting idle, why not try to find God? Would be a good idea. And when such a thing happens, and they venture into the search of God, then first they are hit by the guard of holiness. Because they are not entitled, they are not holy, they have no protocol about God Almighty, they have no respect. They are just doing it because they are ego-oriented, they want to have another ego trip, and they want to become great explorers of Kundalini. You cannot do it. You have to have proper protocol. They lack all humility, all holiness, righteousness, and all that is needed to ask the help of the Kundalini. And they are hit by the first deity which sits in the triangular bone, which they can also see sometimes. They have seen him with a temper. In red color they call it, or maybe in orange color. Let him come. Somebody waiting there. This deity is a very powerful deity, and it is the wisest deity because it is the deity which gives us wisdom. You need not argue with the gentleman. It knows you out and out. It knows every bit of it. If you tell some story, it would say, all right, I have heard all this story before. Now will you please keep to yourself. It understands how genuine you are, how truthful you are. And this deity is the one which has given these bad experiences to these Kundalini seekers and writers of Kundalini. It's a sad thing that a thief comes to the town and he's caught up by the police. He's put in the jail. And when he goes back to the village, he tells them, oh God, terrible, never go to the city. They catch hold of you, put you in the jail, don't give you food to eat, and then you cannot meet anyone for 3 years, and then they send you back. And everybody is frightened of going to the city. It is like that. Or a thief who goes to the bank, from the back door, you see. Or sometimes they dig a tunnel or something like that, you see. Great people in this world, you know. They have time to do all kinds of nonsensical things, to dig a tunnel to get some gold pieces or something, and dig another tunnel to go to the jail directly. So, these stupid people, when they try to do all these gross things, like going to a bank through the back door, and are caught up. If you go and ask them their experiences, they said, oh, horrible experience, never go near the bank. You don't put your money there. No, not at all. You ask them why, what's the matter? They said, no, they catch hold of you. You know, terrible people in that bank. They could even go further with it to warn you. If they are cunning, they may come by the front door and tell you, why go and put money in the bank, you know? You give it to me. I can look after it better. It's a better idea. And if you want, I can give you 20% more than the bank does. And if you trust their cunning faces, you just hand over the money and you are lost and the bank is lost to you. And then you may say that, what is this bank? In front of the bank there are people standing like this. What are these religions after all? What are these gurus in the name of God? Standing in front door, try to rob others. What sort of a God is this? So you start blaming the bank for the thieves who have cheated you. You must learn to separate both. This discretion is important even when you try to know about Kundalini. that Kundalini is the desire of God to bestow upon you his kingdom. The prince has to become the king. And such a beautiful desire cannot be gross, cannot be ugly, cannot be painful, cannot be troublesome, cannot be hideous and heinous.
Shri Mataji, let's all stay in this meditative, silent meditative state for some more time. इसी निश्चित ध्यान स्थिति में और थोड़ी देर रहेंगे हम. जय श्री माता जी. दोनों हाथ जोड़ के श्री माता जी को धन्यवाद अर्पित करेंगे. With folded hands, let's express our gratitude to श्री माता जी. परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, थैंक यू वेरी मच मदर. आपको हमारा कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद माँ. हमें इतना सुंदर ध्यान स्थिति प्रदान किया और अपनी दिव्य अमृतवाणी से हमें आत्मसात किया. हमारे आध्यात्मिक उत्थान में अपने सहायता थे और जो कुछ भी किया सबके लिए आपको हमारे हृदय से कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद माँ. अनंत कोटि नमन. श्री माता जी, we are deeply indebted to you, Mother, for choosing us, for giving us such a beautiful meditative state and enlightening us with your divine nectar and space, Mother, and helping us in our spiritual ascent. Thank you, Mother. Thank you for everything. Thank you again and again. Thanks a billion, Mother. Let us all raise our Kundalini and put ourselves into Bandhan. हम सब कुंडलनी चढ़ा के बंधन लेते हैं. जय श्री माता जी। थैंक यू ऑल माय ब्रदर्स एंड सिस्टर्स फॉर जॉइनिंग दिस सेशन। सभी भाई बहनों को धन्यवाद इस सेशन से जुड़ने के लिए। आज का दिन आपका शुभमय, मंगलमय और निर्मलमय हो।
जय श्री माता जी दीदी।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता दीदी।
जय श्री माता जी।
जय श्री माता दीदी।
जय श्री माता जी।